Hey YouTube, this is Amos here. Uh, I had wanted to hit level 100 on the ladder and make another kind of like retrospective video on this league, but unfortunately I choked really hard and I died in hardcore SSF. Uh, I was position number 28 on the ladder when it happened, level 98, and as you see here on this little screenshot in front of you, I just kind of inted a little bit. Um, yeah, so not much to say about that. I just messed up. Uh, I was here, competitively, but now I'm just dead. Let me show you what I was playing and what I started the league with as well. I was playing weapon swapping, Infernal Legion. I really didn't want to play Lightning Spear, or Lightning Arrow rather, um, and I thought I saw Oscar's video and I thought this would be kind of fun, and it ended up being a lot of fun. There are some limitations in my variant, but overall I'm just gonna hover over the gear here and show you what I've crafted. This was originally in a hardcore SSF environment. Obviously I died, so now it's just SSF. Um, I think this league, there's been a lot of goods and bads in my opinion. The main thing that I learned from this league is expedition is kind of very like it's just random because I feel like I've been doing expedition all the way to 98, no issues, and then all of a sudden I'm doing this expedition and I'm just getting nuked. And I don't just place explosives without looking at the mods, so none of the mods were that crazy in my opinion, but I was just getting absolutely nuked, and that's how I died. Uh, so the good about this league, I think the crafting changes this league were absolutely amazing for both the casual player and maybe like high-end dedicated hardcore player. Especially in an SSF environment, it's incredible because it's viable for you to craft, like actually craft. Versus typically I would say that this game's bounced down trade. In this league specifically, you're able to you're able to craft. There's no other way to put it. So I think that was an amazing change, and I hope that's here to stay and that it kind of continues to maybe like maybe further improve in that aspect. I don't know if that's asking for too much or if that'd be too boring. Um, the 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 new supports also allow for like a really smooth campaign transition in my opinion. Like I definitely felt the power level increases as I'm going through the campaign, as I'm hitting mapping of like the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 supports. And well, I guess in better terms it's like tier 1 through 5, but like Infernal Legion 1, 2, 3, I'm kind of referencing that aspect. Um what I didn't like about this league was the build diversity. I feel like starting off in the league, and I kind of showed it very briefly. I started off this league with Stormweaver Spark, uh, also in hardcore SSF. Uh, the it's kind of figured out at this point, but initially when I first started, this blitzed through the campaign, no issues, felt amazing, and then you hit mapping and you just hit a wall. It falls off so unbelievably hard, and I just think it's kind of weird that they invested so much into this like Archon mechanic, and it's just completely without huge investments in a normal trade league. It's just completely useless. You face too many issues. Either one, you don't have survivability, uh, because you're using like Eldritch Battery and Mind Over Matter, to try to like create sustain, in that variation and to create damage. But in doing so, one, you're not that tanky, and then two, you hit the mana regen issue that even like Arcane Surge bumped to its highest like capacity and like potency, magnitude, however you want to word it, it's just it can't like cover that. So then like if I ditch the mana like this lightning archon version, I go for like maybe like an int stacking, like it just it's just not there. It's really just not there. Um, and I think it's weird that they invested so much like resources into like remnants, or rather, what is it called? Yeah, infusions. Sorry, into like infusions, and like the lightning archon concept and the archon concept as a whole, and it just feels so like flat. It feels like you do no damage doing this once you hit maps. And I know it's kind of like there's a bit of a trough, but then you spike back up once you hit a certain threshold of like items. But in an SSF environment, this drop is too severe that it's never, in my opinion, it's like without intense grinding at like T5, T10 maps and getting lucky, you're never gonna like get past that trench. It's just not worth it. So this was my league starter, and I quit. I don't know if you can see. I hit level 80, and I called it. It was not worth it. I just couldn't do damage. I just couldn't do damage. So then I pivoted to good old boring Essence Drain Contagion, and it's just boring. I don't know. I play League. This is essentially Malzahar. It's just boring. I think it is interesting to like do chaotic freeze and to have like just essentially turn into like a curse build where you're cursing and dark effiging. That seems a little bit more fun than Contagion, but I can't lie, this is just boring. I really hate this like as an archetype, and the problem with this is it's so strong in campaign and early mapping as well, even probably into late mapping. I died on this character as well. I was so bored I just fell asleep and I killed myself. Um, but it's just so strong in campaign and early mapping, and this leads me to my third iteration. This is when I kind of was getting bored of this league and already, and this was like 3 days in, and I was like, okay, maybe this league's just not for me. And then I decided to like kind of YOLO and try out Oscar's build. I leveled through the whole campaign with Essence Drain Contagion until Act 3, and until you get the good old Blockfell Commoner. And at that point, I went full in, and it's pretty fun. A lot of issues, that you're presented with as a player character, you can just kind of circumvent. I don't use mana. I My play style that I preferred is just running in and face tanking stuff and walking through, and my ES really never dropped below like, well, until I died. It never dropped below like 17k. Can Blasphemy with Temporal Chains just allows you to like actively face tank and walk through stuff, and then the Infernal Legion damage is so high that you have no issues doing that. You will walk through stuff just destroying things. Um, and yeah, this video is kind of all over. I can already kind of tell already. I'm just kind of yapping, but here's the passive skill tree for those that are interested, I guess. It's Titan, but I'm playing Titan for hulking form, and everything else doesn't really matter. A bunch of traveling initially. The hulking form passive node is kind of nuts, because like I can't get access to like this whole cluster. Well, it's really just small cluster here, and this small cluster here of ES, but this wheel here is actually not that bad, and it gives you 3% movement speed. So it doesn't hurt you too hard too much to take this. Early on, grinding through the campaign, I literally started traveling immediately. Essence Draining Contagion is so strong in the campaign, you can go through the whole campaign playing a little slowly, playing a little carefully, and just full commit to this without wasting gold. In Hardcore SSF, gold was an issue in the early, like very early aspects, but and which is why I did this. I was super greedy. I just started pathing immediately. This branch here on the left side, I would advise not taking this if you're going to play this build. I would advise not taking this until way later. I also misunderstood. I thought this was I thought that would be a period, but anyway. I thought this was 2 lines of text and not just 1 line of text. I thought it'd be so good, but I'm a little sad about this, but whatever. Yeah. not much to say about this build. You're just taking minion life. You're just taking minion damage. Um, and yeah, some ailment thresholds would be. It's crazy. It's good. I mean, my character is kind of pretty cracked. I messed up. I need to respect Expedition a little bit more. But yeah. The things I didn't like about this league. Sorry, okay. So summarizing, right? The build diversity. It felt like if you weren't playing Deadeye, if you weren't playing Lightning Arrow, uh, in a standard like hardcore trade environment, let's say, you were just never gonna keep up. It just felt so bad. Um, yeah. Uh, like that was my biggest gripe. The second biggest gripe is sprint. I think this needs to be removed. The sprint as a concept is okay initially, but this turn radius and then the heavy stun just, in my opinion, like makes this not viable. It's just trash. I think instead the flat 50% move speed from sprint just needs to be given to all players. Just give everyone the movement speed. Why are we like gatekeeping move speed to just the right side of the tree? If you just give all classes the 50% movement speed and then still allow the right side to have their little movement speed nodes, it actually, in my opinion, generates an even playing field because they have diminishing returns from getting 3% movement speed when they're already getting a flat 50% move speed. Just my opinion on it. Obviously, it's just like, everyone might have differing opinions on if they like it, if they hate it. I personally think the flat 50% move speed just needs to be given to everyone. Just buff everyone's move speed, and the maps won't feel as terrible. You'll just move around a lot more competently, efficiently. Um, yeah. So anyway, what am I going to do now? I have absolutely no idea. I didn't make it to 100. I got to 98 and I died like just trash. It is so stupid how I died, in my opinion. I really don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm going to try to run it back, do another hardcore SSF character. I'm not going to do this character again. It's good, but there are limitations. That being clear speed, in my opinion. It's kind of, I have to face tank to clear, so it's a little slow in my opinion, and I don't have a lot of movement speed. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll go again, hit the beach, but I'm really not sure. I'm trying to find a fun build. I would love to play Spark, but there's no way I'm getting Blood Mage with, what is it, Comb, body armor. No, I think that's the helmet. But there's no way I'm gonna be able to get life stacking Blood Mage and Hardcore SSF to work without just getting crazy lucky on the drops. I don't want to play Ritualist because, again, it's the same components, right? If you don't have the chest piece and the head piece, it doesn't really matter what you're trying to do with Spark. It's just trash. I would love to play Spark, but I think without a crazy grinding, I'm just not going to get there. I'm leaning towards Ritualist. I saw like a Prada video. I might try to do the Twister Ritualist. I don't know yet. I mean, I need survivability is the issue, and because of that, I was leaning towards like another Titan warrior, not like a traditional Titan warrior, just like mace skills or something. Maybe I'll do a spear. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, um, I'm rambling now. Well, I was rambling the whole video probably, but these are just my 2 cents on this league. Sucks that I died, but it is what it is. I'm just bad at the game, and yeah. Please leave a comment, like the video if you enjoyed anything that I said at all. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and leave a comment. Bye.